I'd like to introduce myself. I'm AJ. Everybody call me Casper, Red Man, all the above. Um, I'm here to try to start my own YouTube page, and I'm just getting started. As you guys can see, I know how to make short videos and all that, but I don't know how to get on here and talk. But I will learn, and eventually,
interviews with possible victims with ages ranging from just 3 years old to 11 years old.
eventually, I will catch it. I mean, I will catch on to it. Um,
Just gotten permission to come to the scene that we've been kind of covering for the past few
What's up, you guys? What's good? Damn. I didn't know all you guys was in here, man. I'm just over here trying to find a topic that we can talk about. By the way, welcome to AJ's Room YouTube page. I want to tell you to all my subscribers, thank you so much for liking and loving the videos that I have been sharing. But my boy Nino telling me I need to have more time like this to talk to you guys, to get to know you guys, to let you guys get your little feelings out and say what you're gonna say and how you say it to me, which is all good. So I'm gonna make my page on shit that's really going on right now and share it on my big screen TV with you guys. And we're gonna touch on it. So I'm gonna make this short video, and it's about Mrs. Taylor, the young lady who lost her life to a police shooting, and a gun, the bullet went through this young lady's house, and I guess she lost her life. So I want to send my condolences out to this young lady's family, because, you know, I lost someone in my family this year to gun violence and mistaken identity. You know, we are going through some kind of crazy shit, but I want to share this with you guys because it's like us as just regular people, black or white, it don't fucking matter. This ain't no color thing. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Just because you're a fucking policeman don't give you the right to go out here and shoot and not mean to kill somebody, but kill somebody. Or you go out here and do some shit that we do, and you shouldn't be held responsible for it. So I'm really with this young lady's family. This fucking officer should get much time as if I went out there and I did something like what this man did, or as you went out there and you did something like what this man did. But just because he had a badge, I want you guys to hear this shit. And it's not making no sense. And it's bullshit. So no further ado, let's get into it. And I'm gonna share this video with you guys while I smoke on my J. And this video is this live is not for kids. This is for grown adults. So if you want to act like a kid, you can get the fuck out. I will block your ass, plain simple. And to all the ones who got some civilized and want to answer some questions or ask some questions, I appreciate you and I totally respect you. Please, let's get them likes up and let's send our condolences to this young lady's family, because this fucking officer should get what any motherfucker get when they do some shit like this.
Because in just the last couple of minutes, we're learning a former Louisville police officer will receive 33 months in prison after his conviction related to the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. I want to show you that courthouse in Louisville. You see people gathering here as this has just come in. Here's why this matters. We're talking about Brett Hankison, that former police officer. It was recommended by the Department of Justice that he face 1 day behind bars. Could have been life, was 1 day. Now we have the sentencing from the judge. Obviously, far more than what the Justice Department had recommended. Let me bring in Shaquille Brewster, who's joining us now. And just to give the backstory here on this, remember, he was found guilty last year of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights during that 2020 raid on a no-knock warrant that is now illegal in her home state here. He didn't fire the shot that killed Taylor, but did shoot his gun into the wall, into her home, etc. Now we have this number, 33 months. Any indication as to how the judge came up with this figure? It is obviously very different from what the Justice Department had recommended, that very controversial 1 day.
That's right, Hallie. And, you know, that headline literally just coming out in the past couple of seconds from the AP on their wire. So we're checking to see if there's any more information. I don't know if you just saw in that shot outside the courtroom, you saw some of the reporters running out. So we'll get a little bit more information in the next couple of moments here. But yes, the key thing is that this is more than what the Department of Justice asked the judge to sentence this former police officer. Remember, they said, can you just give him that 1 day of time served and then than 3 years of supervised release. But Hallie, it is much less than what the family of Breonna Taylor was hoping for. I spoke with them just ahead of the sentencing hearing, and they wanted to see a sentence closer to what the guidelines would suggest. And federal sentencing guidelines get very complicated, but even in that sentencing memo from the Department of Justice, they said that essentially the probationary office said that he should be facing somewhere between 11 to 14 years in prison. Of course, he's not facing that now. We have that 33 months that the judge has sentenced him to at this point. But just going back to what we heard ahead of this, you know, when that sentencing memo came out, there was a lot of outrage. You had the mayor of Louisville saying that he wanted Hankinson to face a serious sentence. The governor suggested that politics was involved in the Justice Department asking for that lower sentence. And part of the reasoning in that is that this is a departure. This is the Justice Department and federal government spending years to prosecute this former officer. This is the second trial that he faced. This first one ended up in a mistrial. This one ultimately, he was convicted on one of the 2 counts that he was facing. And many people noting that the prosecution team, when they filed this memo suggesting that lower sentence, the team that prosecuted him in this case, they did not sign this memo. Instead, it was political leadership that ultimately signed this memo. So a lot more to figure out. I really am curious to know how much of that conversation, how much of that 4.5 hours or so of the sentencing hearing was about the judge asking them about this decision. But ultimately, she coming down and sentencing Hankinson to the 33 months in prison, Hallie.
Let me pull back up that live shot too. And I know it's just the door at this moment, but at one point earlier in the day, we had seen, I believe it was Breonna Taylor's aunt be arrested, according to a citation that our local station shared with us there. Do we know what that was about? Why that was? I just think it's notable given just the context wise, how much of a nerve Breonna Taylor's death struck across the country, right? At the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. And now, even now in Louisville, Kentucky as well.
No, exactly. And, you know, there's definitely still that emotion there. I think we have another camera outside the court where there's an active demonstration underway right now. In terms of Breonna Taylor's aunt, who apparently was arrested earlier in the day, you saw a handful of demonstrators try to take to the street and they were blocking traffic. There was another woman who was in front of the vehicle, hitting it and kicking it. Police quickly showed up less than 15 minutes after that happened and put anyone who was in the street in custody. It seems as if Breonna Taylor's aunt was charged with disorderly conduct and obstructing a highway. There was a mugshot that ultimately was released. We did actually hear from the Louisville Police Department commenting on what you're looking at right now. And they say, we understand this case caused pain and damaged trust between our department and the community. However, what we saw today in front of the courthouse in the street was not safe, acceptable, or legal.
Shaq, before I let you go.
That. You got all these fucking protesters protesting because of the fucking people coming over here fucking legal, and then you don't take and lock this and arrest this mother? Her baby gets fucking passed. See, this is what the fuck we're talking about. Us as black people, we really need to fucking come together, man. You see what the fuck they just gave this white man? They wanted to give this motherfucker 1 day. I wonder if he was a fucking brother in a uniform. I wonder what they would have gave him. The judge wound up giving him the many fucking days in jail. For him to serve the many days in jail. See, we got to start respecting those who do their job like they supposed to do their job. And if you on that fucked up list and you doing some fucked up shit, you need to be called out on it. Plain and fucking simple. But you got all these motherfucking protesters out here burning up cars and doing all this shit. Oh, protesters got to, illegal motherfucker, I guess what? Gets killed the cop. If I'm not motherfucking mistaken. Sure, I pull that video up. It's all out here on YouTube. But you want to take and lock my sister up when she gets lost her baby last year to a dumbass cop who ain't doing his job like he's supposed to be doing it. So fucking trigger happy. Trigger happy motherfuckers. See, half of you motherfuckers don't even need guns. For real. But let's get back to the story about this young lady, you losing her fucking life to a fucking idiotic ass cop that motherfucker's trying to take up for. For what? He fucked up. What my mom and dad used to say, you make your motherfucking bed, you got the fucking lie in it. Playing motherfucking sense, make it make motherfucking sense. Get them fucking lights up and hit that cash out. For real, if I'm making fucking sense to y'all. Because this could have been your sister, your niece, your cousin. Fuck. When do it stop? It's enough of us already killing each other. When do the fucking shit stop? This is what I'm talking about. Us as black people needs to come together. We're more powerful together than fucking turn each other down and turn each other fucking apart. Make it make motherfucking sense. Let's get back to the motherfucking story. Get them likes up. Hey, hit the subscribe, the like, and share, whatever. We're going to be coming with some more videos, and we're going to come like this, you guys. If you guys want to know what y'all want from me, what y'all want me to talk about to get my YouTube page up, because I'm almost at 1,000. Yeah, I'm creeping, you guys. I'm creeping. You know, I'm creeping. But it is what it is. It is what the fuck it is. Well, if I see something stupid out there, I'm finna bring it to my YouTube page. Besides me making videos on my bird, my dog, all this shit. But we have to keep the shit real. That's what's really going on in the motherfucking streets with our people. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
Here, this is not the end of it though, right? Because there's yet another sentencing, I believe, that's coming up down the road.
Yeah, that's right. And this goes to, when you look at this case, there's the actual shooting of Breonna Taylor. There's this one that Hankinson was charged with for firing through that closed sliding glass door. But there are about 3 other officers who have been charged with. One of them actually pled guilty to charges involving the warrant that led officers to Breonna Taylor's apartment. Essentially, they're accused of falsifying the affidavit that then created that warrant, so to speak, and then tried to cover that up in the aftermath. One of the sentencings will be taking place, or is scheduled to take place next year. 2 other officers, former officers, I should say, have not, they've just been charged. They have not faced trial just yet, Hallie. So there's much more to go in this case.
Well, right now you're taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol this morning.
And there you have it, you guys. There you have it. So, you know, I want to send my condolences to the young lady's family. Yeah, these are my fucking crazy glasses. You know, I'm finna be like the golden stick. I'm finna be the silver stick. I'm finna go get me some silver grills to go in my mouth. Guess when I'm on live fucking with you guys. Guess make it look cool. I'm learning. Work with me, you guys. I'm learning. Yeah, you guys. But man, it's crazy. You know, I sit up here and watch how they do us, and then half the time we do it to our fucking self. For real. Tell you the honest God truth. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers, man. You know, we almost there, you guys. 1,000 subscribers. Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers. So I need about at least about 40. Ooh, shit. I would say 40 would put me at 1,000 subscribers, you guys. I'm already at 875. I say about another 60 subscribers. I'll be almost done, man. You know, believe in me like I believe in you. You know, and let me know what else you guys want to know about me, for real. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. We're trying to see something. We're trying to make something happen. We're trying to see something. What they doing? And they want, oh, here we go. Oh, come on. Come on, you lame motherfuckers. We want to go live. Live, motherfucker. Live. We're live everywhere. We're live every fucking where. We're not playing with you guys. I'm not joking. Not joking. Y'all see, I'm over here. I'm over there. Let's see, can we find me over here? All right, so that's enough. It's this one story I want to share with you guys. Let me find this one story real quick. Oh, you motherfuckers. Don't do that to me. Hold on. We just synced this shit this morning. What's this?
And tonight, we should get more information about a proposal to close half of the schools in the St. Louis Public School District. Officials cite enrollment.
See, they don't want to see. I want to go back to what I synced this morning. I want to show you guys what happened Sunday. I don't know what the shit y'all had to say. For real. For real. I don't know what the shit y'all had to say. Right, so let's go here. Let's go back out. I got everything on mute right now, you guys, so you guys don't hear what's going on over here on the TV. But YouTuber, come here. Come here. Come here, young man. Hey, because you got over however many YouTube subscribers that's following you because you play basketball, I don't think that shit was gonna go too good here in St. Louis anyway. To my YouTube blogger, who you got a nice little follower, you know, but this type of shit that you can run yourself into when you come to St. Louis. I guess I really wanted to find that video, but let you guys know, man. We had a YouTube blogger. He's got over 24 subscribers, 2,400 subscribers, probably even more. Don't give me the line. But for those who do know who he is, no offense to you, young man. Keep doing your shit, dog. But man,
You can't come to St. Louis thinking that type of shit gonna go down. You're gonna have one on basketball game and all that. I'm really trying to find that video. What this let's see, 1 month ago. Boy, y'all better stop believing in these rappers.
Gangsters found out his location and pulled up on him.
Hey, they say something from the hood. They say something from the hood.
Things get real heated when they snatch Soldier's phone while he's still streaming. His crew tries to defuse this and get that phone back. But the more they talk, the more heated things get. These guys don't care or are impressed by his fame and are ready to throw hands on him if he didn't check himself.
Soldier boy. Soldier boy, you better go sit your ass down somewhere.
It's a legendary album. This next one gets his chain stolen from none other than 50 Cent, then mocked him for rocking the chain on his own. Slowbucks and 50 were cool.
I'm just wondering why I should be blogging on this dude right here. Golly, man, you know how you look up to singers, rappers, actors, and then you find out something totally different about their ass on down the line? It's fucked up. Damn, I didn't think he was like that. I didn't think he was like that. Wow. Like, where they do that at? What, I mean, would it make sense? It don't even make sense.
The most dangerous north side in America. St. Louis is a city that is often known for being unsafe. With a population of about 300,000, the city has a crime rate that is 234% higher than the U.S. average. In 2022, the city reported 4,400 violent crimes, including a high murder and assault rate. The worst areas of St. Louis are the northern parts of the city, with crime cooling off in the south. For the past 60 years of St. Louis history, the north side has remained the most misunderstood, stereotyped, and neglected section of the city. Being one of the largest segments of the city, if one considers the cliché boundary of Del Mar to be the southern border, the northern portion of the city dwarfs the southern half. While many neighborhoods do suffer from severe abandonment, crime, and despair, there are still many shining examples that are stable, diverse, and improving.
I got a blood brother I lost in this shit, but it's either you will or you not. It's either ain't no half stepping. You in this shit, first time you half step, you gonna get your ass crunched on the set.
The gun laws, these gun laws was not made for St. Louis. We're not shooting deers and rabbits. We're around here shooting each other. And so, you know, when you got a 12-year-old that can walk down the street with an AR, with a gun, and you can't say nothing to them because it's the law. It's a problem. It's a problem for this city.
They want us to kill each other.
Walnut Park East/West. Walnut Park East is the third of three neighborhoods that are north of outbound I-70 from West Florissant to the city of St. Louis/St. Louis County line.
Yep.
Nicknamed Murderville and home to street legends like Jerry Lewis Bay and rap legends like The Whole Nine and Chingy. Walnut Park East crime rates are 205% higher than the national average. In Walnut Park East, violent crimes are 384% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 15 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Walnut Park West crime rates are 328% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in Walnut Park West are 620% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 11 chance of becoming a victim of crime. People of German descent spearheaded the early settlement in Walnut Park East, but soon were joined by others with diverse European roots. Until the mid-1960s, the community was white and basically lower middle class, with a large proportion of Roman Catholics. The neighborhoods of Walnut Park East and West were one of the last communities of the North Side to have black families move into them, as many African Americans relocated into the neighborhood during the 1970s, especially after the downtown housing projects of Pruitt-Igoe were demolished. In recent years, the Walnut Park neighborhoods have tended to share some of the same issues as the neighboring communities to the southeast. The residents of Walnut Park East and West share many of the same concerns, although conditions vary from block to block or within certain blocks. Crime, physical deterioration, education and economic opportunities, airport-related noise, trash-filled alleys, and single-family home rentals are local issues and problems that extend beyond the neighborhoods or political boundaries.
Right now, St. Louis police working to learn more about a man who died after being set on fire. Officers made the discovery while responding to reports of shots fired on Thrush Avenue near Prang in the Walnut Park East neighborhood. Around 10 last night, fire crews put out the flames. The man was pronounced dead on the scene. An autopsy is being performed. Anyone with information is asked to contact St. Louis police. You can also remain anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
Notable gangs and hoods. 49 Bad. 4900 block of Beacon Alcott Davidson in Walnut Park East. Home to rapper Chingy. At one time, this was the most reputable area in Walnut Park and among the most notorious hoods in the city. The area was also home to one of the city's deadliest intersections, Lillian and Emerson. The 49 Bad began as 3 separate blocks before forming as one hood. It is believed that before Bloods and Crips came to St. Louis in the 80s and early 90s, the area was home to a few vice lords that originally came from the projects after they were demolished. Affiliations include 62 Brims, Harvard Park Brims, and 92 Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods. 5-4 Murderville, 5-4 Oriole, 5-4 Robin, and 5-4 Wren. Located in the 5400 block of Walnut Park East, aka Murderville. Affiliations include 62 East Coast Crips and 87 Kitchen Crips. Emma Mob. Lucille Avenue Crips, 6000 block of Lucille, Emma Mob, 5900 block of Emma, and Harney Mob, 5900 block of Harney in Walnut Park West. Affiliation, Roland 60s Neighborhood Crip. Floyd, aka The Six, 5700 block of Floyd in Walnut Park West. The Six is located in the city's 6th district and is comprised of 3 separate hoods that are allied together: Mimica, Floyd, and Acme. Home to.
Hey, and believe it or not, you guys, I lived on some of them streets. No fucking capping. I lived on some of them streets. I told you guys, I lived almost everywhere here in St. Louis. I guess you guys got to know how to keep your motherfucking nose clean and stay out of people's motherfucking shit. Stay out of people's business. Keep your motherfucking hands off of people's shit. Don't fuck with another man's bitch. Common sense. You get me? All these streets. It's all on the north side. Walnut Park. That's a school my fucking other used to go to when we was little. Yeah, I'm from them kind of, I'm from all over there. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, for real. Just keep it real. I mean, and I live everywhere, all over here, you guys. If I say I live there, over on this side, I live over on that side, I really have, you guys. But you know what? I didn't fuck with nobody. I really didn't. I didn't fuck with nobody. I stayed to myself. I stayed in my lane.
Rapper KB6. Affiliation, Roland 60s Neighborhood Crip. Jeff Vanderloo. Jeff Vanderloo is situated between North Vandeventer Avenue on the northwest, Natural Bridge Avenue on the northeast, North Jefferson Avenue on the east, Del Mar Boulevard on the south, and North Compton Avenue and Martin Luther King Drive on the southwest. Jeff Vanderloo crime rates are 355% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in Jeff Vanderloo are 579% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 10 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Jeff Vanderloo was home to one of the city's elite private streets, Vandeventer Place. After years of loss due to disinvestment and neglect, the homes on Vandeventer Place were sacrificed and replaced with public institutions.
I told you.
It is also home to one of the area's most notable historical landmarks of the past, Old Sportsman Park, former home of the St. Louis Browns and the St. Louis Cardinals, currently the site of Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club. Many of the industries and businesses once located in the neighborhood are gone today, leaving behind empty shells or vacant sites of demolished buildings. With a majority of its housing of multifamily flat construction having been built in the early part of the 20th century, most of what remains is severely deteriorated. Between 1950 and 2017, Jeff Vanderloo lost 34,540 residents, the greatest decline in the city over that period. The population dropped from 40,042 in 1950 to 5,502 in 2017.
New tonight, a man is dead after a shooting early this morning in the city's Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Allred. The deadly shooting comes after a series of violent crime in the area for a holiday weekend. 5 Interside's Robert Townsend talked to neighbors about their concerns.
And all we have to do is core little thing.
Pastor Rodney Carrier says he can remember when the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood was a bustling area in North St. Louis. His church is located near Vandeventer and St. Louis Avenues.
Well, 10 years ago, it was a thriving community, business owners and alike.
But many businesses have closed. Pastor Carrier says rampant drug dealing, shootings, and other crimes have ruined the neighborhood. Just last week, he found a man dead from a drug overdose in a parking lot across from his church.
Wow. It's sad because with this powerful drug that they have out here now, it's just crippling humanity.
All the people that stand there, filling stations, stores, all around there. Just clear it up.
In April, police found a man shot to death in the 2800 block of Gamble Street. Months later, on August 2nd, a man in his 20s also shot and killed on Evans Avenue. And around 4 Friday morning, dead of a gunshot wound to his head on Kennerly Avenue. A shot spotter The gunshot detection system that alerts police now sits in the street.
We need to get out and come and make a difference in our community.
Notable gangs and hoods. Lab Mob, 3800 block of Labadee, K Ave, Kennedy Avenue. Affiliations include 92 Inglewood Family Bloods, 87 Kitchen Crips, 62 East Coast Neighborhood Crips. JVL. Northside's Jeff Vanderloo, aka JVL or the L. Reputable blocks include 2700, 2800, 2900, 3100 Brentner, and more. The area of JVL, which is mostly centered around small apartments, changed drastically after the projects on Cass were built in the 1960s. By the 1980s, JVL Posse was formed. Affiliations include 92 Bishops, 62 East Coast Crips and Kitchen Crips. The Ville/the Greater Ville. The area is bounded by Marcus Avenue on the northwest, Natural Bridge Avenue on the northeast, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, and St. Louis Avenue on the south via North Taylor Avenue and Sarah Street, and North Vandeventer Avenue on the southeast. The Ville neighborhood nests comfortably inside the Greater Ville. The Ville crime rates are 331% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in the Ville are 634% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 10 chance of becoming a victim of crime. The Greater Ville crime rates are 264% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in the Greater Ville are 441% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 12 chance of becoming a victim of crime. The Greater Ville shares much of the history of the Ville neighborhood. The area is a historic African American neighborhood with many African American businesses. From 1911 to 1950, these neighborhoods were the center of African American culture within the city of St. Louis.
Okay. You know what, you guys, we gonna pause that for a minute because it's crazy. It's crazy, you guys, how St. Louis used to be owned by mostly Black. As you guys looking at the story that I'm sharing with you guys. Now, I'm a baby that was born in the 70s. I'm a 70s baby. So don't get it twisted. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what I'm watching. And I know. But it's just so fucking crazy. Let me sit this motherfucker down. That's because I got the screen blowed out. It's just so crazy, you guys. It's so crazy. You know what? Let's change this shit up. I gotta represent, man. Fuck that. I gotta represent. Plain simple. You know, if I can make it, your ass can make it too. Look how pale I am. Look how pale my brother from another mother, Nino, the Golden Stick brother. We both from the STL. And dude, can you imagine us being fucked with? Motherfuckers call stuff jumping on us, or motherfuckers trying to fucking trick us out of our bag and all that shit. We've been there. We went through all this type of shit. I just never got down with the games or ran with the games. You know, it's just my dad just didn't play that shit. Just keep it real. So I kind of got to give thanks to my dad, but at the same time, it's like, fuck. I would know more niggas than I know now if my dad let me run in the fucking streets. See, because my dad wasn't a running street ass man. He was a working man. He was a man who took care of home. But he was also he's very fucking strict. He did not fucking play about you talking shit to him I'm talking back to him. All that shit, you guys. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest, for real. I'm just being fucking honest. I'm just letting it all hang out. And dude, like I said, you know, I want to give thanks to True Teller, Red Cup, all my boy who's out there busting his ass in this hot ass sun, filling the motherfucking plant, turning up old fucking yards and laying down new sod, make people's homes look beautiful. My boy Striker. If you grow it, you come and fucking mow it. These are all my friends. I come people who always stand on their grind, who trying to make something, you know, trying to do the right thing. But I'm going to share with you guys about this is how St. Louis used to be. This video right here, this motherfucker was like, it's about 10, 15 years old, you guys. This is how, like, back in my days. This is how it was back in my days coming up. This is an old video. So when this video was made, it was made like, I said 7 months ago, but that's bullshit. That somebody just copied it just like what I'm doing right now. But I want y'all to see where I actually was born, what size, where I come from, where I used to stay, and all that type of shit. You know, because I didn't fuck around. I didn't fuck with people. I didn't deal with people. Because I always thought some motherfuckers on some bullshit with me. Because it's a lot of motherfuckers who be on that shit here in the STL. So you just got to know what you're doing. And see, if I can make it, and if my boy Neo, the albino brother, 34-year-old from the STL, but he live out there in the white people world. Nino, you know a lot of these brothers from down here this way. And then you say you from the north, you lived on the north side. Where on the north side? Because I live on the north side too. For real. I live on the north side too. So, man, I want to get down and meet this young man because he's old enough to be my little brother. He's too old to be my son. Because my son's nowhere near his age. I mean, I got some hitting on a 30, and I got some hitting there. But Nino's a cool ass albino. Y'all go check my boy Nino out over on YouTube, and he got himself a golden stick. Nino, I'm finna go give me some silver. I'm gonna go get some silver for my teeth. You got gold, you got golds. I'm finna go give me some silver. I'm finna go to Amazon and give me some silver. I'm gonna be the golden man since you the silver, the golden child. So let's get back to where AJ's from, and where I live at. Because most of these places I don't live on this part side of town. No fucking cap. I really lived on this part side of town. So let's get back to what it's really about. This is what I had to do. I mean, but I didn't see these young men. You know, I didn't, you know, most of these young men didn't have to fight, you know, out here on these fucking streets, especially in SCL. If they didn't have a father in the house, it's hard. It was hard for most of these young men out here in STL.
Prior to the United States Civil Rights Movement, the use of restrictive covenants and other legal restrictions prevented African Americans from finding housing in many areas of the city. As a result, the African American population of St. Louis became heavily concentrated in and around the Ville Short for the village. Between 1920 and 1930, the Ville went from being 8% to 86% African American. The neighborhoods quickly became the cradle of African American culture and home to many Black businessmen and entertainers such as Dick Gregory, Chuck Berry, Tina Turner, Sonny Liston, and Wendell Pruitt, who was an American military pilot and Tuskegee Airman. After his death, his name, along with that of William L. Igoe, was given to the Pruitt-Igoe Public Housing Complex on Cass Avenue. The neighborhood was the site of a number of important cultural institutions for the Black community, including Sumner High School, the first high school for Black students west of the Mississippi, and Homer G. Phillips Hospital, established in 1937 as one of the few Black teaching hospitals in the United States and the only one in the city to serve Black people. Following the Supreme Court's 1948 ban on restrictive housing covenants, the population of the Ville began to decline as
Homer G. Phillips. Let me tell you guys about Homer G. Phillips. Homer G. Phillips is, you heard what he just said, it was a hospital just for Black people. It was the hospital for just Black people. Hey, I was born in Homer G. Phillips. My mama, my other family, majority of all my family was born in Homer G. Phillips. For real. Most Black people, 9 times out of 10, was born at that hospital. If you was Black, you was born at Homer G. Phillips. Just to let you guys know that. No BS. That's a big hospital. It's now Homer G. Phillips is been turned into studio apartments. No cabinet. They probably took and gutted the whole hospital out. And y'all know how they put up walls. But yeah, I think they studio ranch homes or something. It's nice. It's nice down there. That's like part of South and downtown area where that hospital is located at. And actually, you guys, the frame of the Homer G. Phillips is still there. They just gutted it out and made it into apartments, believe it or not. So the frame of this hospital is actually still there. Let's see. Let's go back. All right. We went there. All right. So y'all see
institutions for the Black community.
So see that's Homer G. Phillips. That's a hospital. So now that hospital is still framed the same way, you guys, but only difference is it's family living in now. It's been gutted out and turned into condos or something. It's something of that nature. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive of what they have done to Homer G. Phillips. But yes, that's the hospital that your AJ was born in. AJ's family, sisters, brothers. You know, I'm talking about if you was born back in the 70s and the 60s, you was born in Homer G. Phillips. If you live in St. Louis, Missouri, guarantee you, your family that was born in the 60s and 50s, Homer G. Phillips Hospital has been around a long fucking time, you guys. A long time. It was around when I was born. So that was in the 70s. So yeah.
Including Sumner High School, the first high school for Black students west of the Mississippi, and Homer G. Phillips Hospital, established in 1937 as one of the few Black teaching hospitals in the United States and the only one in the city to serve Black people. Following the Supreme Court's 1948 ban on restrictive housing covenants, the population of the Ville began to decline as more Black residents became able to work, along with many of its businesses and public amenities. Between 1950 and 1970, the total population in the Ville dropped by nearly 40%.
In the last few minutes, News 4 has confirmed that a city shooting involving 6 victims has now grown to include a 7th. Right now, 3 of them are dead.
The gunfire broke out around 7:30 tonight in North St. Louis on Sullivan. That's not far from the Natural Bridge and Vandeventer area. We are waiting on the St. Louis Police Chief to give us some updates. News 4's Ashley Lincoln is live from that area. Ashley, what do we know right now?
Well, Corey, we have not been able to speak with the chief of police yet, but we did speak with the state representative over this ward, or should I say district tonight. But first, I want to show the viewers, you can see it's still very active scene behind me. You can see St. Louis City Police still securing the crime scene. And also my cameraman's going to show you St. Louis City Fire Department. They had to come out to the scene as well. With them being out here, it indicates just how violent this entire situation was. The ground was so saturated with blood that the fire crews had to come out here and wash down the street. But we're learning tonight from some of the state leaders over this ward that one of the victims is actually the owner of a store that's on the other side of that bus that says St. Louis on the front of it. Majority of the scene has been focused right there in the street. We're learning tonight that the shooting actually happened in the middle of the street. And we're also learning that it involves some sort of domestic dispute. I think we have some video of the scene when our crew first got out here. We're told by several of the people, my cameraman that got out here, that it was a very violent and volatile situation at the beginning of this investigation as family members of some of those victims arrived to get more information. Again, we're trying to wait to get information from the chief of police on where their investigation stands in all of this. Now, we also learned from that state representative in this area that they've been trying to get a mobile crime camera placed in this neighborhood. She told me this year they've had quite a few violent incidents in this neighborhood.
Notable gangs and hoods. 42 Maffitt, 4200 block of Maffitt, a reputable block in the heart of the Ville. Affiliations include 62 Brims Bloods and 92 Inglewood family Bloods. 442 Ville, 4400 block and 4200 block of the Ville. Affiliations include Hustlers, 62 East Coast Crips, 87 Kitchen Crips, 92 Inglewood family Bloods. Block, 39 Ashland, 3900 block of Ashland, aka Cell block of the Ville. Affiliations include 107 Hoover's Gangster Crips, Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crips, 19 Long Beach Crips. Fairground. The Fairground neighborhood is bounded by Glasgow Avenue on the east West and North Florissant Avenues on the north, Warren Avenue on the west, and Fairground Park and Natural Bridge Avenue on the south. Fairground crime rates are 496% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in Fairground are 532% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 8 chance of becoming a victim of crime. The Fairgrounds neighborhood received its name as a result of the many fairs that were held at present-day Fairgrounds Park. The fare was 7 cents a person or 5 tickets for a quarter. Throughout the latter portion of the century, the grounds were expanded and more elaborate buildings were constructed. These included a new amphitheater, art gallery, natural history museum, and the zoological gardens. In 1883, the Jockey Club was organized, where emphasis was placed upon horse racing. It was around this time that the fairgrounds began to lose popularity. The last fair would be held in 1902. The city eventually bought the grounds for $700,000 for use as a park, which was dedicated in 1909. While most of the fair structures were removed, the facade of the Bear Pit from the city's original zoo remained as part of park design and still stands today. The city's original zoo included a monkey house, a carnivore house, and a bear pit, among other attractions. About 1912, the former location of the amphitheater was rebuilt into what was then the world's largest swim.
Okay, you guys, we're getting into shit that was here before my time. So if you were looking, this is what St. Louis used to be all about. And as I'm looking at some of the videos, some of the videos is pretty fresh. You know, with the crime, I could tell by the police cars. Just gonna put that out there. You know, don't know what the fuck going on. It's not my business. I stay in my lane. But yeah, as we looking at some of the videos, what happened, it seems like some of this shit happened several years back, not too long ago, 10 to 12, 13, 12, some years like that. Some of these videos are not old, but when they start getting to fairground park and all this shit right here, this is stuff before my time. You see, even back to 60 something, see, that's way before my time. So this is a little bit about my state that I love, that I respect, and I don't care what the next man doing, because I'm not here to bash nobody or put no motherfucker down, because we all got to make it in this world some kind of motherfucking way. That's keeping the motherfucker real. And all I could tell you, you live here, stay out of people's motherfucking business, you stay the fuck out the way, and you leave other people's bitches and niggas alone. It don't fuck with nobody money. You'll be good. I don't know what the fuck they talk about, that check-in bullshit. For real.
Swimming pool measuring 440 feet with an area of 5 acres. The pool was able to hold from 10,000 to 12,000 swimmers at a time.
Wow.
During this time period, much of the country was suffering from segregation. It wasn't until June 21st, 1949, when African Americans were allowed access to the city pool for the first time. Only 30 to 40 African Americans showed up that day. They swam alongside white children without any problem until a group of white teenagers surrounded the fence that enclosed the pool and began to shout threats to the African American swimmers. The situation quickly escalated into a riot after a rumor was spread that a black man there had killed a white boy. Many African American children were surrounded by younger protesters who had arrived with baseball bats, bricks, other weapons, and began attacking the group. The 2000 census data counted 2,472 residents, down 33% from 1990, with 98% of the residents being black and 1% white. Fairground is among several other North City neighborhoods that lost residents at a high rate from 1990 to 2000. In the 2010 census, the neighborhood would lose another 27%. Fairground has a current population of about 1,157 residents.
Tonight on the double shooting that critically injured 2 children. It happened yesterday afternoon in North St. Louis near Fairground Park. 5 on your sides, Mercedes McKay joins us from the St. Louis Police headquarters with new information. Mercedes.
Mike, the encouraging news is while both of these victims are in critical condition, they are stable. Police say the 16-year-old boy and the 9-year-old boy were caught in the crossfires last night, and police believe that multiple people fired shots. But this is actually opening up a broader conversation that's making community members nervous, and that's violence among children.
Keep them in our prayers and let them be safe.
For Lenore Brown, prayer is all she feels like she can do as she worries daily for her grandchildren with gun violence everywhere.
It could have been them if they was here. So it is a big concern, a big issue.
That concern hitting even closer to home after 2 children were shot in their neighborhood in North St. Louis Monday. A 16-year-old boy was shot in the neck and a 9-year-old boy was shot in his lower back.
Our younger generation is leaving us too quick. They need to be here to grow. See and do what they love to do. It's just so sad to see that happen.
Brown says it's happening so often now that kids are more afraid. She sees and hears it firsthand as a school bus driver.
I notice they look around a lot and see what's going on to make sure the ones that I drive.
It's not just something parents and kids are worried about, though.
It is definitely something that we're very concerned about, and something that will take an all-hands-on-deck strategy if we want to address the issues that are leading to these incidents.
Still ain't done shit about it.
Notable gangs and hoods. PST. 41 PST, 4100 block of Pleasant and Peck Street. Affiliations include Roland 60s Neighborhood Crips, 19 Long Beach Crips. The Bean. 29 Bean, 29 Bailey, aka APG. Affiliations include Bounty Hunter Bloods, Mob Pyrus, 104 Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Bloods. CN. College and Carter. Affiliations include 87 Kitchen Crips, mostly with some 62 East Coast Crips. Home of late rapper City Styles.
City, he ended up passing away, 2015, I believe.
Yeah, he crashed. That's what I want. They killed City. They killed City. It was like tragic, right? 2 cars. It don't take too many people. That's 3 cars to kill one person. How big he was. It took 3 cars, like 400 shots. That's what I want. They say when the police officer opened the door, he threw up instantly. That's how tragic it was. Blood everywhere. You know, it's the only thing you see in that car was an empty clip and City holding his gun. That's what I want. So he tried to do what he tried to do, but he still got it done to him. So I got my head, I got my pistol, I got my pole. That shit don't mean shit. Die with that motherfucker. That's what I got my mind.
Old North St. Louis. The neighborhood sits just north and slightly west of the downtown area. It is bounded by Palm Street on the north, Cass Avenue on the south, Howard Street on the east, and North Florissant on the west. Old North St. Louis crime rates are 501% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in Old North St. Louis are 689% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 8 chance of becoming a victim of crime. The neighborhood was established as the independent village of North St. Louis in 1816 and was annexed by the city of St. Louis in 1841. Large numbers of Polish immigrants settled in the near North Side, including present-day Old North St. Louis. By the turn of the century, 14th Street had become a major commercial district. Furniture and appliances, clothing and hardware, plus groceries and confectionaries attracted shoppers from far beyond the immediate neighborhood. The period after the Second World War ushered in another turning point for the neighborhood. Many residents moved to the suburbs, encouraged by new housing developments and high-speed expressways. Highway 70, constructed between the 1950s and 60s, disconnected the neighborhood from its industrial sector and furthered abandonment. In the midst of this change, and encouraged by war on poverty legislation, new social service organizations such as Grace Hill arose, supported by public funds. Grace Hill sponsored a number of neighborhood projects and oversaw of new housing and rehab of older buildings. With the elimination of federal funding in the 1970s, the pace of demolition increased, but little new housing was built, resulting in declines in both population and housing stock.
That gas station is no stranger to violence.
Our team coverage continues with 5 on your sides, Robert Townsend. Robert is live outside St. Louis Police Headquarters, which is less than 2 miles away from the Old North St. Louis Shell Station. And Robert, you talked to people in that area.
Don't tell me the one across the bridge.
And let me tell you this. Those people tell me that violence near that gas station has been an ongoing problem. Now today, St. Louis Police shared crime numbers with us, supporting citizens' concerns.
Let's see.
It's definitely rough.
That's how Shawnee Parker describes living near this gas station in Old North St. Louis. The gas station is located near the intersection of North Florissant and St. Louis Avenues.
You see drug dealers sitting on the parking lot all day, in and out.
And that's not all. St. Louis Police say since late January, they have received more than 60 calls to the gas station. Calls ranging from shots fired, auto theft, to disturbances. What's more, police say during the same time, they responded to more than 100 calls at the North Side intersection.
I prefer to keep, inside my little territory down there. Absolutely.
Neighbors say for years, the gas station has been a hot spot for crime and other problems. City officials have identified the business as a public nuisance. 3 hours before an armed 16-year-old boy was shot and killed Sunday during an officer-involved shooting, 3rd Ward Alderman Brandon Bosley says he was at the gas station addressing a loitering problem in the parking lot.
And walked around with the current manager and asked people to leave the lot, and they did.
Police have a real-time shot spotter camera system on St. Louis Avenue in hopes of catching criminals who fire gunshots. We also saw cameras on 2 traffic lights. Still, some neighbors would like to see security officers patrolling the gas station.
He doesn't have to have security there. That's not within his, occupancy permit.
Those people won't be able to hang out, just sitting here hanging out on the lot all day. If there's security, keeping track and making sure everybody's safe.
Notable gangs and hoods. Murphy Blair, 13 Mad, 1300 block of Madison of the Murphy Blair Apartments.
I used to drive by them all the time.
DTT, Downtown Taliban.
Still down there.
Downtown Taliban was one of the most active cliques in St. Louis during the 2010s, having beefs with many throughout the downtown and north side area. Honorable mention, Carr Square. This near North Side neighborhood is bounded by Cass Avenue on the north, Cole Street on the south, North Tucker Boulevard and North 13th Street on the east, and North Jefferson on the west. The Depression and World War II brought large numbers of African American migrants to the central portions of the city. They came in search of a better existence from rural areas of the South. For most, however, the new urban home came with harsh realities. They often lived in decrepit buildings erected before the days of indoor plumbing and central heating, many of which had been remodeled by landlords into even smaller units. It was partially in response to such overcrowded and unsanitary housing conditions that public housing emerged. Carr Square and adjacent Columbus Square became testing grounds of public housing projects for St. Louis and for the country as a whole. The earliest housing project in the neighborhood was Carr Square Village, a low-rise development built in 1942 for poor, large African Americans. Nonetheless, the area would become better known for the massive Pruitt-Igoe complex, begun in 1954. With the urban renewal slum clearance, by some called Negro removal, of Mill Creek Valley, 35 high-rise towers were built to house the large group of African Americans displaced. Also during this time period, when modern high-rise public housing projects were in vogue, Vaughn Family Apartments was built to the east of Pruitt-Igoe. With the demolition of Pruitt-Igoe in 1976, and what had been one of the earliest and largest high-rise housing projects in the country, the movement away from large high-rise public housing began, as these large-scale high-rise projects were widely accepted as failures. By the 1980s, the same projects noted for their progressive vision became known for crime, drug wars, and poor conditions.
Developing tonight, a Lyft driver shot on the job in the middle of the day. Right now, St. Louis police searching for a shooter. Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Brent Solomon. The shooting happened just north of downtown in the Carr Square neighborhood. Sources say the victim was likely not the intended target. New tonight, Robert Townsend is speaking with people nearby whose homes and cars were also shot.
I heard just a splash, like a boom.
A startled Ashley Tapp then jumped out of bed and looked outside.
And I see all police.
She quickly learned in mid-afternoon, at least 20 gunshots went off in her Carr Square neighborhood.
My heart just dropped. We literally smelled the gun smoke sitting on the couch. That's how close it was to us.
A source tells 5 on your side, an innocent 54-year-old Lyft driver was picking up someone in this black Toyota near 16th and Cass Avenue when a bullet hit her in her forehead. Neighbors say at least 2 shooters in a vehicle chased 2 other men in an identical car to the Lyft driver's car.
She got shot in a gunfire.
Bullets also blasted through Ashley Tapp's living room window, ripped her couch, and pierced her wall. She and her 7-year-old daughter have only lived in this St. Louis neighborhood for 2 weeks.
Me and my daughter could have been sitting on that couch.
Wow.
And thank God we didn't.
You don't know where you moved to.
Mom who said she was riding a rideshare driver.
Oh, shit.
Too, got caught in the crossfire.
I'm just glad her and her baby is all right, you guys. No fucking capping, you guys. I'm just glad that this young lady and her baby is okay. This shit really goes down. Where that happened at? This shit really goes down. My grandfather built built them apartments. He built these little projects. These are considered as like low income, like that. These are low income apartments. You know what I'm saying? Now, where these is, it probably used to be projects like the ones I say I lived in. They just made them look a little more prettier and better, but you could still have a bunch of niggas living in one place at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my grandfather, my real fucking grandfather built these motherfuckers. He had a part of building these fucking apartments that this newsman is standing right in front of. Let's get back to the story. Golly, St. Louis has been doing some shit back in way before my time, you guys. It's been going down way before my time, you know. All these gang members and all that. I never ran across these type of young men. You know what I'm saying? I guess because I say the fuck out the way. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no mama boy. I wasn't no daddy's boy. But I was to knew when my dad said no motherfucker and all that, I knew not to. And as I grew up, you know, I got pushed out of my house. So I had to pretty much learn the streets and learn how to stay out of people's shit, out of people's business, and stay the fuck out of the way. And that's that. I mean, I really want to thank God because, you know, as you guys can see, what really goes on in St. Louis has been going on way before my time. It's been going on way before my time. So let's get back to this video went all the way back before my time, before the 70s. So I mean, I'm gonna save this video, and if you guys ever want to know where this albino from, all you gotta do is look at this video. It's not really nowhere for real where these people have said where I haven't laid my head or I haven't walked the streets or drove the streets in this state. So shout out to my state that I love, that raised me to who I am and taught me to what I really know, which I should know a lot more, but I'm grateful for what I do know. But it's the part of being raised and born in the 70s in St. Louis, Missouri.
Mom tearfully told me a bullet hit her back window where her 9-month-old baby sat in his car seat. The mom and child, luckily, were not hurt. Wow. So far this year, there have been 11 shootings in the Carr Square neighborhood. 5 of them were fatal.
Notable gangs and hoods. Murphy Park. 20th Street Murphy Park Apartments in downtown.
Yeah.
Affiliation. 92 Bishops Bloods primarily, and a small faction of rolling 60s Crips. Years ago, Murphy Park was the location of the George Vaughn Projects, VTO, Vaughn Taking Over, which was one of the largest and most notorious during the 80s and 90s before it was torn down in 95.
I used to live in them tall rises.
Murphy Park.
So that's how they started building them.
The Village.
Wow.
Downtown's 18 Village, 1800 Carr Square Village, aka Looney Block, Hammertown. Affiliations include VTO, Vaughn Taking Over, 92 Inglewood Family Bloods, 52 Bloodstone Villains. The O, home to 3 problems. Downtown 1600 OPs, O'Fallon's Apartments. Wells Goodfellow. Wells Goodfellow is bounded by the city limits on the northwest, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive on the southwest, Natural Bridge Avenue on the northeast, and Union Boulevard on the southeast. Wells Goodfellow crime rates are 428% higher than the national average. Violent crimes in Wells Goodfellow are 680% higher than the national average. You have a 1 in 9 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Part of the area dates to before the Civil War, and at one time it was the location of the popular amusement centers Suburban Garden at Kennelly and Hodiamont. But its greatest growth came in the 1920s and 1930s with a mixture of single-family homes, duplexes, 4-family flats, and apartment buildings. Before World War II, the area was considered a particularly attractive community in which to live and start a family.
I used to live right there by
when the
that school.
exodus to the suburbs in the late 1950s moved swiftly, the neighborhood underwent a drastic change, and today much of the area's structures are long gone. The 2000 census data reported 8,193 residents, down 29% from 1990's count, of whom 98% were black, 1% white. It lost another 20 to 30% from 2000 to 2010. The neighborhood has been losing residents at an alarming rate.
Yeah, way
The
before my
population
time.
of Wells Goodfellow currently sits at about 4,473 residents.
Some motherfuckers back then, you guys, man.
Ty and John, police responded to a call on Kennerly Avenue just
That's the new
off
police station, so
Goodfellow
I know this
Boulevard.
fresh.
And when they arrived, they found a woman was shot inside a home. She was not conscious.
So this is the new police station here in the STL. I think it is. No, it's not. It's they just upgraded. They just did an up phase. It used to be the jailhouse where you used to lock your ass up at. But since they built a new jail, they stopped putting people in that building behind her. That's the police station, like going towards like downtown, south side. That was in between south side, downtown police station. So this is the biggest like police station like of downtown area, you guys. But they, like I said, they built a new police station where they lock your ass up at. But that building that she's at right now, I've been locked up in that building right there. And that was like in the 80s, 90s, I would say, before they did that. So this probably a new, not too much of an old broadcast that she's doing.
Or breathing. We want to show you some video taken by our Nick Lopez in the Nissan Roadrunner earlier this morning. He says police discovered the woman's body in the living room near the front door of the home. Homicide detectives put police tape around the house and blocked off part of that street too. And as investigators began their work, concerned neighbors started coming outside trying to figure out what was going on. The call came in around 11:20 last night. The St. Louis City Medical Examiner was also there working closely with police as they were gathering evidence. And I did call St. Louis Metropolitan Police's real-time crime center this morning. They tell me they are not sure if any suspects are in custody at this hour. I'm working to find that out from police this morning too. But if you have any information, would like to remain anonymous, you can always call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-371-TIP.
They don't do their job.
Notable gangs and hoods.
They found out who killed my cousin.
53 AGC. 5300 block of Wabata, once known as Wabata Cowboys. Affiliations include 53 Avalon Gangster Crips, 74 Hoover Crips. Home to battle rapper B Magic. Dipset. 5500 to 5700 block of Labadie and St. Louis Avenue. HSP, aka Horseshoe Posse, 55 Ashland, 5500 block of Ashland. The Horseshoe was originally on the 5600 block of Ashland between Clara and Goodfellow before moving across Clara to the 5500 block of Ashland. Being known to use the Indianapolis Colts logo to represent the neighborhood, the Horseshoe Posse was one of St. Louis' original gangs before Bloods and Crips, and is also believed to be one of the first Blood and LA gang-affiliated hoods in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Both the original Horseshoe and the 55 Ashland sections have been completely demolished.
Look at it now. I used to live in them red buildings right there. Them where I live at. Yeah. That's right across you from the store. You look, wow. On way from home. Damn. That's crazy, you guys. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All I could see was fire.
That's crazy. So, boop, boop. So with that being said, you guys, that was the story of where AJ is really from. And I didn't even know that type of shit was going on here. Or we even had that many gangs in certain spots. You know what I'm saying? For real. In certain spots, dude. That's guess how much you know that, you know, I kept myself busy doing my own little whatever. And for the most part, you know, I guess kept doing what I need to do to stay the fuck out the way, because I done been caught up in some shit where I ain't have shit to do with it. Guessing house with wrong people and all that kind of shit. Again, been stolen car, 3 to 2 stolen cars. So I really didn't do no fucking off in the streets and really doing people wrong or fucking taking from people. No, it's not because I'm scared or I'm a punk. No, it's because I just had a grandma, granddad, and I really had a strict ass father, you know. And I kind of listened to my grandpa before he died, and he was telling me the same shit I'm saying. Streets will eat you fuck up if you always step in the way, or you try to step on somebody's toes, or you always in somebody's business, or you put your motherfucking hands on something that don't belong to you, or you take something that don't belong to you. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. You can't be doing that type of shit. You can't be just tripping out here like that. And I can live anywhere. I've been down to Mississippi. I done dated a girl who family lived down in Mississippi. Texas, I got family live in Texas. Fucking Cali. You know, I guess don't like no one to fuck with me or take my kindness for fucking weakness. You know, I'm at my own motherfucking business. You know, motherfuckers Joan on you all day. I've been Joan on all my life. So, I mean, my skin is a lot thicker than it was back then. But I will put in about this video or what this video is about of AJ's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, where I was born and raised in from the 1970s. That's what I'm gonna make this story about. So I see you guys put in your story before either you probably put it in your story before you do your story, or you put it in your story after you do your story. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, whatever we touch on, whatever I touch on, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna put it in the story. I'm gonna write it out after we get through doing the lives. That's where you guys know. That's where the next people will know. All right. So if I go and look at AJ, this video, just tell him kind of like what I'm doing now with my videos, what my video is about. But I'm doing a lot of hashtagging right now, and I haven't done hashtagging in about a day or two. But I really want to start making longer videos, more than 20 to 30 minutes. You know, I want to make my videos a lot longer. So I mean, y'all tell me what y'all want to know about me, what y'all want to touch on, how y'all feel about this certain, you know, and hopefully I can read it back. You know. But I hope everybody having a nice day. And please do like and subscribe. Come on, you guys. Let's get AJ to 1,000 subscribers, man. I totally appreciate to all my 875 subscribers. Yeah, the YouTube bloggers out there, they doing their shit. They're like, oh, look at him. He ain't doing shit. Because I make it when I make it. I ain't in no rush. This is not really no 24-hour job that I'm really looking to get paid off of. I really would like to get paid off of it. And you have to forgive someone who have a disability. I'm trying to do what I do and trying to make it work. And I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me, but I like to keep it real. And I want people to believe in me, put trust in me, knowing that I ain't no fake ass albino. And I'm happy married with 3 kids, with family, with associates. And I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for you. But a whole bunch of laugh, I cracked on myself. Yeah, I'm wired as a charcoal, a piece of chalk. You remember it? I'll be whatever. Because at the end of the day, I guess tell you kiss my black white ass. That's keeping it real. But with that being said, until next video, AJ wanna say peace. We out of here. Hope you guys enjoy where I'm from, and seeing the type of shit that goes down here. Some of them videos is updated videos as we was looking, as I was telling you guys, and some of them videos are old videos before my time of how St. Louis came up with mostly black people running it. What the fuck happened? Until next video, y'all have a nice and peaceful day. Peace.